Today, Westminster is shaken. The UK government has issued one of its strongest warnings yet, accusing China of deep espionage operations inside Britain. From Parliament to the private sector, nothing is off limits. What exactly is happening? And how serious is this threat? Let's break it down. What triggered the statement? This week, the House of Commons received a classified briefing from UK intelligence agencies. Immediately after, ministers issued a public statement warning that Chinese state-backed actors are actively targeting British politicians, universities, tech companies, and even sensitive military data. This isn't the first time the UK has raised concerns, but this time the language was stronger, clearer, and more alarming than ever. How China allegedly spies. According to the common statement, China uses three major espionage routes in the UK: cyber attacks, hacking government databases, research labs, and private firms, influence operations, building connections inside political circles, think tanks, and universities. Industrial espionage, targeting advanced tech, AI, biotech, and defense industries. UK intelligence claims that several cyber incidents in recent months were traced back to groups linked with the Chinese state. This includes attempts to access the electoral register and confidential parliamentary emails. Biggest shock: alleged parliament infiltration. The most explosive part of the common statement was the suggestion that Chinese-linked individuals tried to influence or infiltrate UK political processes. While no names were publicly confirmed, officials described it as a persistent and strategic attempt to gain access to sensitive political information. China's response: China immediately rejected the accusation, calling it completely baseless and saying the UK is exaggerating for political purposes. Beijing argues that it is the victim of misinformation and the UK should stop hiking the China threat. Why this matters for the world? This is not just an UK-China issue. The United States, Australia, Canada, and European countries have all issued similar warnings. Experts believe we are entering a new era of digital warfare, not fought with tanks, but with data theft, influence campaigns, and high-level hacking. What the UK plans next. In its common statement, the UK government announced new measures: stronger cybersecurity laws, protection for MP from foreign interference, crackdown on tech firms linked to hostile states, and deeper intelligence coordination with allies like the US and Australia. Officials say this is just the beginning, and more actions are on the way. Espionage is no longer a Cold War story. It's happening right now, inside the world's biggest democracies. What do you think? Is China a real threat, or is the West overreacting? Tell us in the comments, and stay tuned for the next deep dive. What China wants, according to security analysts: China's goal isn't just to spy, it's to reshape global power. The alleged UK espionage operations focus on three high-value sectors: one, advanced technology, quantum computing, AI, 5G, aviation, robotics; two, defense secrets, submarine technology, missile systems, space programs; three, political influence, future leaders, policy advisors, strategic committees. One MI5 analyst described it as China is collecting the future. The silent battle in universities. UK universities are becoming a major battleground. Many Chinese students and researchers are innocent, but intelligence reports warn that some are being pressured by agencies back home to gather information on critical research. From nanotechnology to defense-funded innovation, the academic world is becoming a silent front line. British companies under attack. In the last 3 years, dozens of British companies have reported advanced cyber attacks of targeting intellectual property. These include clean energy firms, AI startups, defense contractors, biotechnology labs. One CEO said, "We woke up to find our entire R&D database like and duplicated somewhere else." Hackers use techniques so sophisticated that investigators said only a state could do this. Exposed, the cyber unit. UK intelligence believes a Chinese-backed cyber unit, known unofficially as Red Lotus Division, is behind several attacks. This group allegedly uses AI-driven hacking tools, zero-day exploits, deepfake politically influenced content to destabilize the trust, and gather massive data on UK citizens. Secret device in Westminster. Sources claim that during a routine sweep inside Westminster earlier this year, investigators found an undisclosed micro-device hidden inside a communication cable. While officials never confirmed the origin publicly, insiders say it was similar to devices used in previous Chinese-linked interceptions. This discovery triggered the latest Commons emergency statement. The U.S. reaction of the United States responded immediately. Washington warned that China is expanding its intelligence footprint across NATO countries. American officials offered the UK cyber defense assistance data sharing counter-espionage support, and one U.S. official said, "This isn't just a UK problem. This is a global wake-up call." What China is really trying to build, and experts say, the espionage isn't random. It's part of China's long-term plan known as Global Influence Architecture. This strategy aims to build economic leverage, control emerging technologies, expand political influence, and quietly reshape global alliances. The UK is one of the biggest nodes in this network, which makes it a prime target. Is war possible? Not a physical war, but a digital and economic war is already happening. Every hacked data, every stolen technology, every political influence attempt is part of a much bigger struggle for global dominance. As so, the question is simple. China is already inside the UK systems. Is it too late to fight back? In Part 3, we'll uncover the counterattack plan, how the UK and its allies are preparing to strike back. For the first time in years, MI5 has activated a multi-layer response strategy called Defense Shield Protocol. Sources say the plan includes 1. Tracking foreign agents inside UK soil, 2. Honeypot cyber traps to catch Chinese hackers, 3. Reverse surveillance to map China's network, 4. Covert cyber counterattacks on foreign servers. Officials won't confirm the details. But insiders say the UK is moving from defensive to active mode. The alliance of the UK is not fighting alone. The AUKUS alliance, UK, US, and Australia, is now sharing satellite intelligence, cyber threat data, encryption technologies, counter-hacking systems. Experts call it the strongest Western tech defense partnership in history. China's counter-move as the UK steps up defenses. China is countering with its own alliance. Beijing insists it is being targeted unfairly, but behind the scenes, Western analysts believe China is expanding its cyber units, deploying more AI-driven espionage tools, and intensifying political influence campaigns. One analyst said, "We're watching a digital arms race happening in real time." The inside man theory, a confidential British report, suggests something worrying. The biggest threat may not be hackers from outside, but insiders already in sensitive positions. Parliament staff, researchers, and contractors could unknowingly or knowingly pass data to foreign actors. This is why the UK is launching new vetting procedures, background checks, AI-based behavioral monitoring for the first time. Digital fingerprints will be used to track suspicious activity inside government offices. The UK's cyber armor, the new national firewall. One of the biggest changes is a massive new project known as the National Cyber Firewall. This system will monitor all government devices, public sector networks, university research labs, critical infrastructure. Uses AI to detect foreign intrusion attempts within milliseconds. What the public was never told, sources reveal that the common statement was only the surface. There were classified details kept hidden from the public, including attempts to breach UK satellite systems, targeting nuclear research attempts to map UK transport grids, surveillance of British diplomats abroad. If any of these operations had succeeded, the consequences could have been catastrophic. But coming storm experts warn that the real confrontation hasn't even started yet. The next phase may involve large-scale cyber blackouts, data leaks on influential leaders, economic pressure, global misinformation wars. This is no longer a spy movie. This is the new battlefield of the 21st century.